Loops repeat until they are done, but sometimes you need to bail out early or skip just one round. Java gives you 2 keywords for exactly that: break and continue. By the end of this video, you will know exactly when to reach for each and the one mistake that traps almost every beginner. Let's write some code. Here's the whole idea in 2 lines. Think of grading a stack of exams. Break means you found what you needed. Stop grading, put the stack down. And continue means this one is blank, toss it, grab the next. Same loop, 2 very different jumps. Let's see that in a real example. Here's a normal for loop. We are saying basically we want to iterate from 0 to 9, saying less than 10. And watch here, when I hits 4, we basically break. Before I run it, what do you think it will print? Pause and guess and start playing the example in a few seconds. Let's execute that. The output is based 0, 1, 2, 3, no 4, right? The instant the condition right here is 2, like when we get to 4, we leave the loop by saying break. So we are starting basically, or we are aborting to execute that for loop if this condition fits. And the for loop will never execute until 10. So we are not going to print 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's basically an emergency exit, this line. So now let's change that keyword from break to continue. And everything else will stay the same as before. So guess what will happen if I execute that? Stop the video, make your guess, and start playing again. Let's execute it now. Boom. Now we are executing until 9, but every number except 4, as we said here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is missing, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is getting printed. And the reason is we are saying basically if this condition right here fits, or if it's true while we are on the 4th or 5th iteration, and in that case I is 4, then we will continue the iteration right at that position, so the for loop will not ever execute the system out print line in line 11. It will basically go back here, check the condition in the beginning of the for loop, and then execute the for loop as before. So the reason is basically we are jumping over the number 4, or let's say we are skipping and not exiting. Here is another example. Of course, you can put them or use them both together. And here we skip the iteration 2 by saying if I equals to 2, we continue or skip the number 2 at that position. And if we are at I is equal to 4, then we will stop executing the for loop right here. So if we execute that, what do you think it will happen? If you want, you can stop the video as before and make your guess. Voila, we are counting 0, 1, skipping the iteration 2, going to 3, printing it, and at the 4th iteration we are breaking the for loop, so the number 4 will never be executed at that position right here. And I think that's exactly what you predicted. Let me show you a buggy example right here. This is basically where everyone gets burned. At the first sight, it looks very fine, right? Let me run it. Boom. We said 1, 2, 3. You think the program is stuck, but it's not. It's still executing right here. You can also see in the IDE right at the top right corner or on the left, something happened here. So our program does not start at all. We should stop that to spare or save resources. Let me explain what happened right here. We basically got into our infinite loop. And the reason is from 0 to 4, we are basically iterating I by 1 by saying in the end of the line, we want to increment I by 1. And if we reach 4, we are jumping over this while loops iteration. So we are going back to here. So the problem is basically we can't at all execute that I plus or increment I. So it does go always from the continue right here back to while, asks for the condition, continues the while loop and goes back again. So basically forever, never stopping until the dear programmer does abort the program or we stay stuck inside there. To fix that, you can do basically, instead incrementing I by 1 in the last line, you can say you want to increment before continuing. And if we execute that, basically made a mistake. We want to execute it in that line and also in the last line. Otherwise, we will never execute or increment 0 up to 4. So if you now execute it, you will see that we increment 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 is not printed at all, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. One line advance the counter before you continue and it works. Or burn it into your memory in a while loop. Always make sure your loop variable moves before you skip. That was all about the continue and break in loops in Java. I hope you liked the video and watched the whole video. If you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe my channel. I will do my best to share more tutorials in the future. Thank you for watching. See you soon and goodbye.